Are you going places or left behind without a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Mary Travelbest will bring you the best tips and her travel mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travelbest's Independent Travel Guide. This is an episode for women like you who need a little extra support traveling the world, one woman at a time. I've been traveling independently since 1972 and soon to release a second guidebook on the travel independent spectrum. Please share this podcast with your mom and dad, loved ones, and future travelers so you make their trips the very best, like Travel Best. In this episode, the FAQ is, how can I keep my car cool when it's parked? I have a black vehicle and the heat can be awful. Today's destination is Space Coast, Florida. Today's mistake, tar on my skin from swimming. And the travel advice, call ahead if you have limited mobility. So here's the FAQ. How can I keep my car cool when it's parked? I have a black vehicle and the heat can be awful. Okay, so the answer, if you're purchasing a new car, try to get one in a lighter color. That makes a big difference. In the meantime, here are some tips to beat the heat. You could coat your windows with a sun film from a professional installer, and sunshades reduce the overall temperature inside your vehicle. The traditional reflective models work by pushing away the sun's solar rays and harmful UV rays, while non-reflective models, they absorb them. So you can use a reflective sunshade across the front, side, and even back windshields, and that reflects those UV rays and heat and makes it much cooler. One tip on this is you can turn this around in the winter and use the non-reflective shade side to prevent frost inside your car. A few other tips about keeping your car cooled: park in a shade spot when you can, don't leave your car for too many hours at a time, and use a fan that you can hold in your hand or on your dash as your car cools down. Now, today's destination, Space Coast, Florida. My first visit to the Kennedy Space Center was in 1974, and so many space flight launches have happened since then. Hey, there was even a launch in the morning when I visited in 2021. Space travel is our next frontier, so we're watching the heavens more than ever. This area has plenty of free viewing of space launches. You can see the show notes for the link to the calendar of upcoming launches. In this area, you can enjoy 72 miles of coastline and beach fun, all free. I especially like Cocoa Beach. Now, Florida's Space Coast towns include Cocoa Beach, Melbourne, and the beaches, Port Canaveral, Titusville, Palm Bay, and Vieira. What's there to do on the beach? Of course, stretch out, and the soft white sand will let you take a rest. Then you can go swimming in the warm ocean waters and repeat. I took a swim in the beach at Melbourne, and you may also be a beach lover, so go ahead and do it if you like. Life can be as simple as watching a bird fly around and just being at peace here. Of course, you can go trail hiking and other activities too. I've got a list. You can visit the manatees. You can walk the 800-foot Cocoa Beach Pier. You can hang out with the turtles, shop, go to some nighttime beach movies on the sand, have lunch with an astronaut, visit Kennedy Space Center, the former home of NASA. And if you're a military or aerospace history fan, there's a whole lot to see. Of course, the U.S. Spacewalk Hall of Fame and Museums, the Valiant Air Command Warbird Air Museum, American Police Hall of Fame, Memorial Planetarium and Observatory, the Astronaut Hall of Fame, we already mentioned, Kennedy Space Center. There's also a lot of great nightlife and jazz and local theater in the region. Now, Titusville is the Space Coast A1A, the home of the region's airport. Several airlines, including Frontier, Spirit, and Alaska, serve it. And Cocoa Beach is where you're going to hit Cape Canaveral, 528 West. If you watched the TV show I Dream of Jeannie, you would have seen this was fiction, but based here. A bit further south, past the Space Coast, is Daytona Beach, which was a hangout when I was in high school. I really loved that cars could drive on the beach, and they still can today in specific locations where the beach sand is hard packed. If you're a car enthusiast, you may enjoy this destination too. And now for today's mistake: tar on my skin from swimming. Santa Barbara beaches are great, but getting tar on your skin and in your hair is not. I need to rid my skin of these with goop or rubbing alcohol or others, like Dawn dishwashing detergent works. Now for travel advice. What about limited mobility? Check with the destination to find out if they have access for those with limits on the physical needs of travelers. Let them know you're coming and need extra support. They will likely go out of their way to assist when you give them this heads up notice. Today, I want to bring meaning to your travel, so send me your travel tip. You can send it to my website, Facebook page, group, Instagram. You can send it to my Twitter, blog, and maybe you'll even see your tips in Dr. Travel Best's Independent Travel Spectrum.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.